kleine Ratte Kevin Kuehnert hat schon wieder das deutsche Publikum getäuscht for 100,000 Euro. Yes, people. It shouldn't be a surprise, but it came as a surprise. So Kevin Kuehnert, an SPD politician, right, last year in October, told the world that he was stepping back from politics. He was ill. Everybody thought he had like some sort of cancer or some sort of grave disease. And it turned out to be what he describes as a diffuses Gefühl, which I don't even know what diffuse means in German, but I can kind of imagine. It's like he was, life is tough, and life is tough, and I can't handle it, so it's like a burnout, right? It's like a mini burnout. And burnout shouldn't even be a real sickness, but he wasn't sick, right? And when he left in October, everybody was like treating the guy like a fucking war hero. They were hugging him and sending him condolences and, oh, we hope you get better, Kevin. You know, we don't know what's going on. Kevin Kuehnert looks like a 12-year-old kid, right? And he's out there for the Socialist Party of Germany, lecturing everybody about how to live their lives and what's the right thing to do. And when he saw, after the European elections, that the SPD was getting ready to get fucked by the voter, he suddenly became, woe is me. He had a diffuses Gefühl. He was feeling so, he was feeling threatened, and, he saw neo-Nazis everywhere, and, somebody threw an egg at him or some shit like that. And he just can't handle life. He's one of these millennial kids, right, that just can't handle regular life. Regular life is not always easy, right? And he took a job as somebody who is supposed to be defending the interest of the German people. Instead of doing that, he defends the interest of everybody else on the planet except the German people, right? And then he's too sick. Oh, he's too sick to work. But he still kept his pay, which is like, over those 6 months he's been gone, which is almost $100,000 of taxpayer money that this guy got to sit on the fucking couch because he had a diffuses Gefühl. That motherfucker, this guy should be put in jail. Okay? Fuck that. The guy, and that's the problem. Look at the kind of pussies we are putting out as people, right? These people can't even handle regular life. They've cut themselves off from reality so far that when reality actually comes knocking, they just can't handle it. You see it everywhere, all over the world. The left and the socialists are losing their shit about everything because they can't handle it, that reality is catching up to them, right? And that's what's happening. The SPD got their ass handed to them in the European elections, local elections, state elections, and the last general election. Yet now they're magically back in power because Friedrich Merz, the actual winner of the election, is giving them the power. So basically the SPD is the loser of the election at the fucking like 16%, right? And now they're basically in the chancellor's seat. And now Kevin Kuehnert is suddenly recovered. Oh, the fucking election is over and we get power anyway? Well, wait a minute, I'm actually not as sick as I thought. Guys, it was just a diffuses Gefühl. I don't know if he's coming back to politics. I bet he is. He shouldn't be allowed to. I wonder if that'll work for my boss. If I don't feel like driving for like 6 months, but I want to keep getting my money, maybe I should go talk to my boss and say, boss, I have a diffuses Gefühl. I can't handle it. I need to sit on the couch and make money. Do you think I'll get away with that? What about you guys in Germany? You think that's going to work with your boss? You think that work? I mean, even in Germany, like a socialist country, right, where basically workers have way too many rights. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, look, I'm protected by them also, but I think some of these things are absolutely ridiculous. And I would hate to be a business owner in this country, right? Because I wouldn't want the responsibility, because I would fire people for being sick too often. Now, that's not possible in Germany. You can be pretty much sick as much as you fucking want. You know what I mean? But we, for a little cough or for something that we're like a flu or something, we have to go to the doctor, get a fucking note, be able to prove that we were sick. Kevin Kuehnert, he's a different class, right? He's a little 12-year-old snot-nosed motherfucker that thinks he can tell everybody else how to act and what to do. Then he gets scared because everybody hates them. Yeah, that's what happens when you treat your own country like shit, right? People start hating you. So when you walk out in the street and people call after you, making sure you know that they hate you or throw an egg at you or whatever, yeah, he feels intimidated. Well, then fucking quit. Then quit politics. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of it. Especially if your job in politics is to fuck over your own people. Right? Of course you're going to get hated. Everybody hates the SPD. It's crazy that they're in power now. It's crazy that they're going to be in power. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's insane. But that's the way it works. So now Kevin Kuehnert is magically recovered. Now he's on interviews telling everybody, well, guys, I wasn't really that sick. You know, and everybody's like, oh, you know, the political ass is like, oh, well, that, you know, let's see if we can get him back in the party. You know, maybe we can do something. But the public is like, what? What? This motherfucker had everybody believing that he was dying, okay? Because that's how he got treated when he announced that he was leaving. Everybody was like I said, he was treated like a war hero. You should have seen the pictures of Bundestag with him getting hugged by everybody and getting flowers and all the comments on X about how everybody is, you know, God, there is so much empathy with the guy. And dude, we hope you get better. Even opposing party members fell for this trick that he played, which was, and that's what it is. It's a trick. He wasn't sick. He wasn't ill. He didn't have cancer. He wasn't fucking dying. He had a diffuses Gefühl. Well, like, what kind of pussy shit is this? This is the kind of person that we want leading the country in any way? No, fuck that. That's crazy. He can't even take care of himself. All of these people with all these mental problems because of life. Life's so hard. Dude, life is easier now than it ever has been in the past, ever since humanity has existed. Right? How do you think people in the 1800s got along? You think these fucking millennials and these Gen Zers and shit that think, oh, we want a 4-day work week and a burnout and, oh, I'm allergic to peanuts and I'm going to die if I look in the sun too long, or climate change, and oh my God, they're scared of everything. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of anxiety-ridden pussy boys, soy boy people. And that's who we want calling the shots? No, not me. Not me. I don't trust these people. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust weakling pussies. Sorry. And neither should the German people. It's insane. This guy laughing in all of your faces, right? He's laughing at you, saying, yeah, baby, I got these people feeling sorry for me, thinking I was dying of cancer. And I got to sit on the couch, get $100,000 for doing absolutely jack shit. I didn't have to prove a fucking thing. I still got my money. And now that my party is suddenly, by the grace of Friedrich Merz's stupidity, suddenly back in the saddle, now I'm better, right? Now he's going to be back. That's madness. I hope they don't let him back in, but I'm sure they're going to. Again, I don't know for sure if his plan is to come back, but it sure looks like it. Because all of a sudden you see his ass out there giving interviews again and shit. You didn't hear shit from that motherfucker after he left. He was gone, right? He was gone. The motherfucker didn't say shit. He was gone. I was like, all right, cool. At least I don't have to listen to this little 12-year-old lecture everybody anymore. That's great. Now he's back. And better than ever. He's feeling better than ever. His diffuses Gefühl is gone. Yeah, that's great. So, well, welcome back, Kevin. Welcome back. Why don't you go on Marcus Lanz and all the talk shows and lecture everybody about how we're all Nazis and racist again? Yeah, that's great. That's what we'll pay you another $100,000 for another 6 months for that. How about that? Huh? I mean, god damn, these people belong locked up. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would have done this, you know, even 50 or 100 years ago, the public would have shown up at the gates of the fucking Bundestag with pitchforks in their hands, demanding he go, right? And he has to pay the money back. I think he still should have to pay the money back. You know, if it came out that I committed fraud for my boss, that I claimed I was ill with some disease, got some doctor to sign off on it, even though he knew it wasn't true, right? And then cashed in money, and that was found out later, do you think I would be allowed to keep the money I got during the time I was sick? No. The answer is no. Because it's fraud. It's like a crime. Okay? This guy committed fraud on the people of Germany. He made you, your taxpayer money, my taxpayer money, continue to pay him an exorbitant amount of money for doing even less than he did, when he was there. Okay, he could do less damage. Okay, I guess that's kind of worth it. You know what I mean? But it didn't make a difference whether he was there or not because the SPD is back in power. Thanks to Friedrich Merz. All right, great job. Great job with those negotiations. Say fucking hell. It's unreal. It just gets crazier and crazier every single day. And I'm still wondering when the hell the German people are going to start kicking up some mud about this, right? I mean, it should be outrageous. It should be outrageous. Any one of these company owners in Germany, think about that if one of your employees did that to you. You know, they convinced you they had some sort of long-term illness and you had to legally continue to pay their fucking salary for however many months. And then after a couple of months, you find out it was all bullshit. What would you do? You know what I mean? But it's okay if this asshole little prick politician does it, right? Little Kevin Kuehnert, fucking 12-year-old, little snot-nosed motherfucker. Like anybody's gonna say, like I wouldn't take any shit from Kevin Kuehnert. If he was a cop, I would laugh in his face. I would tell him to try to arrest me. Go for it, try. You know what I mean? He's a pussy. And now he's even proven he's a pussy. You know what I'm saying? He came out and said it himself. I'm just a pussy that can't handle life. I had a diffuses gefühl. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Kevin. Oh, boo. We should cry for you. Maybe we should give you 200 grand this year for sitting on your ass at home doing fucking nothing. Fucking loser piece of shit. Unbelievable. Wow, people. I can't believe not more people are just absolutely not outraged about this. This should be headline news. Of course, the mainstream media and the öffentlich-rechtlichen, the fucking state-sponsored propaganda media, none of those media companies are going to talk about this in a bad way. They're going to welcome him back and they're going to pretend he was really sick. They're going to be like, oh, Kevin, I hope you're better now. Are you sure you can handle it? You can handle it. Can you handle it, Kevin? Otherwise, we'll live for you, Kevin. You can sit on the couch and just breathe, okay? You know, get rid of your burnout and your diffuses gefühl, all right? Kevin? Oh, poor Kevin. Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm living in a kindergarten. You know what I mean? It's like permanent adolescents have power over all of our lives. That is insane. That is insane. It shouldn't be this way. The people that are running the show in a country should have at least a fucking brain cell. They shouldn't be allergic to reality. They shouldn't be avoiding life and be burnt out because, oh my God, I saw two dudes dressed as neo-Nazis and they said hi to me and oh, I was so scared. You're thinking, fuck you. Jesus Christ. Does the guy still live at home? You know what I'm saying? He still like does he live in his mother's basement? Because he couldn't. I can't imagine the guy can take care of himself. I mean, can he manage to pay rent even with his big ass salary for doing nothing? Does he know how to manage his bills or pay for anything? Can he wash clothes? Can he cook anything? Does he know how to do anything? But you know, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he could. And I think he's gay, which is good for him because no self-respecting woman that wants an actual man would fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to get some dick, you know, but he's never gonna eat pussy. I can tell you that right now. The guy's he's like the laughing stock loser of Germany, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I mean, even Friedrich Merz seems tougher than this guy, you know. And Friedrich Merz doesn't seem very tough, right? He lets himself get steamrolled and butt fucked, you know, by the opposition all day, every day. You know, he loves it. He gives away all his power. You know what I mean? But I mean, Kevin Kuehnert, goddamn, what a pussy! Jesus Christ! Yeah, I mean, okay, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody should be super pissed off about this, but we'll see what happens. Probably nothing. Probably what's going to happen is he's going to roll back into his place in government. He's going to be part of the party again. Actually, he never stopped being part of the party because he kept getting paid. He's not going to have to pay the money back. He's not going to be looked at by those people in the establishment, some sort of con artist, fucking lying piece of shit rat, you know, like he should be, like we all look at him. Like, no, he's going to be welcomed as if he had cancer. They're going to treat him like he beat cancer. They're going to be like, oh my God, Kevin, you're so amazing. You're so amazing. I can't believe you recovered from your amazing illness. It's unbelievable. You're like a medical miracle, Kevin. You're a medical miracle. We should study you, Kevin. How did you get over it? How did you get over your diffuses gefühl? How did you do it, Kevin? That's what they're gonna treat him like. I guarantee it. Right? And they're gonna try to gaslight through the media. They're gonna try to gaslight all of us. His ass can be on Marcus Luntz real soon, crying about his diffuses gefühl. And then Marcus Luntz go, oh man, it's so tough. Being a politician must be, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Well, I hope you're ready to be back in the saddle now, because now you have power. Your party has power. You can come back now. You don't have to, win votes. You don't have to do anything difficult. You can just sit there, because now your party's in power again, even though they lost the election. How crazy is that? I mean, life is going pretty good for Kevin Kuehnert. He beat his crazy illness that nobody knew what it was, and his party is at the top of the pyramid once again. Life's going pretty goddamn good. What is there not to handle, Kevin? You know what I'm saying? What is there not to handle? Kevin, your life is great, bro. You got $100,000 for jerking off on the couch all day. You know what I'm saying? And then now you can walk back into your seat in the party, and nobody's gonna criticize you. And you don't care what we think. So what? Just go for it. You'll be treated like a hero because you beat this amazing illness. You're so strong, Kevin. Jesus Christ! It almost makes me I'm like throwing up in my mouth as I talk. You know what I mean? Really, these people are so ridiculously disgusting that it's almost indescribable. My hatred for these people is, they're always talking about radicalization. You know what radicalizes regular people? Fucking Kevin Kuehnert and his tricks. That's what radicalizes people. People are like, what? I paid fucking part of this dude's salary with my fucking tax money we don't have, because we're going into debt with $1 billion. No, we're not going to save any money. We're not going to save any money anywhere. We're just going to keep dishing it out like it's free. You know what I mean? Because that's what we think it is. And then Kevin Kuehnert's going to take a 6-month vacation, and get paid for it and act like he's sick, which he isn't. You know what I mean? And then continue to get the money. It's crazy. That's what radicalizes people. All right? Not fucking podcasters and shit. Not disinformation. This is not disinformation, okay? This actually happened. He said it himself. He said himself on the thing. That's how everybody knows about it, right? He said himself, don't worry, guys, I wasn't really sick. I had a diffuses gefühl. Well, fuck you. Stick that shit in your ass. That's crazy. I could go on about this forever. I'm not going to. I don't want to ruin your guys' weekend, but think about this, people. Really. Please, I'm going to say it again, please. The next time you get a chance to vote, get rid of these fucking morons. Put the AFD in power. Please. Give them the chance. Give them the chance. All of these other people have had their chance, and they have fucked it up every single time. Please think back to the last time you have ever gotten anything positive for your life out of any one of these governments that has been in power in Germany for the last 20 or 30 years. If they've done one thing for you, name it. Write in the comments. Please tell me. I want to know what. Tell me one thing that any of these governments in the last 20 or 30 years has ever done to improve your life as a German citizen or a taxpayer in this country. Please tell me. I want to know. There must be at least one thing. Right? You would think there's at least one fucking thing. I don't think you're going to be able to come up with anything. Guys, listen, if you want to help me out, you want to push my content out to other people, help the algorithm get it there, all you have to do is like, subscribe, comment, repost, retweet, all the things. Do all the things to help me get my content out to more people. And if you want to get all of my content and you want to get it for sure, the way to do that is to go to my Substack. It's allaboutlogic.substack.com. Subscribe there for free or for $5 a month to support me. And there you will get all of my content delivered directly to your email as soon as it's published, including the articles I write. So you'll get all the videos, all the articles. Nothing ever gets banned, censored, or removed there. So you'll get it all every time. That's the place to go. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see what's up on Monday. All right, take it easy.